there's a lot going on in this world right now. But what about close to home? As in Mattamy Homes.
Mattamy Homes. Woo! What a topic. So listeners local and global, right here in Canada, you know our problem. It's not a really problem. So, a popular builder by the name of Mattamy Homes,
which is a builder that's also known for being late on completion.
Yes.
Continue on.
Very popular builder, and they build house, residential. They build them, nice community, sell them back. They subcontract out the work to a drywall company by the name of Nelmar. Those guys are subcontractors, so what they do, bring in the guys to frame the house. You know how Canadian, they make the Canada house. It's mostly, kind of 2x4 wood. Then they kind of plaster some brick on the outside, and there goes your home. So, some guys from Nelmar Drywall, the contractors, decided that in one of these houses that is not fully finished, they're gonna bring in a stripper.
A retirement party.
A retirement party for an old man. And guess what? You know how it goes. Somebody around there hanging out with a cell phone, taking footage of what's happening, the party. Keep on telling you guys, put away the phone when it's fun time. So, that video then since leaked. And now, old dude that just have his retirement party is now in trouble with his wife. Not only with his wife, with the company. Mattamy Homes is suing Nelmar Drywall for what, Shelly?
I didn't know they were suing them, actually.
Yeah, they're gonna
That's
do
a new
lawsuit.
little
Yeah.
info on me. I didn't know that part.
So, what I'm asking the males out there, if you're shy to call in, you could text us the number, you could WhatsApp the number. It's 416-802-9804. For your retirement party, they brought in a stripper for this old man.
See, but everyone's using the term stripper. She went beyond what a stripper duty is. There was physical touching. There was a lot going on. So I think that's past the stripper stage, and that crosses into prostitution.
If anyone out there that saw the video, we got it right here on Reggae Patrol. We media, so we get the first hand of it. For me, Shelly,
happened in Milton too. I was very surprised it's that close to home, and she looks like a very young girl.
She looked like a very young girl,
And these are retirement men hitting retirements, and they have the Grey Goose, and yeah, you need to look at these videos to see what actually goes on in the workforce out here, and why your Mattamy Homes are always late.
Dude is checking out. I think he's like 65 now, so he's checking out. So he's
checking out of his wife's home. Could you imagine if they have daughters at home?
I would be so embarrassed if my grandkids, if I was in that position, my grandkids kind of hold, those video in their hands and like, yo, grandpa, what's going on here? I'm just having fun. I'm just having fun, grandson. I'm just having fun. It just was my retirement birthday and I'm just having fun. Dude was having fun. If anyone sees the video, a lot of touching, a lot of lips on the stripper's body. The house is not done, so it's not carpet. No carpet, no tiles, just the frame. Look.
But if you look at the videos, there's what's the man that does the electrician.
The electrician.
He's in the back trying not to look, just keep doing his electrician work. And well, the other men are like, hammer. It's kind of disturbing because she is a very young individual and these are older men.
See, my question is, Shelly, sometimes we do have retirement party at work. And that's a retirement party.
No, a retirement party is having a stripper.
A retirement party is having a stripper.
Yes, this is a prostitute. There's crossing the line in these videos, and I think a lot of people will have to agree with that. There's all fun with a stripper, but there's no touching. This passed it. And I don't think this young girl would have any control if these men really got out of hand. I don't think she can handle herself. Did you see her?
Yeah, she, like another guy from in the video too started touching, and she's trying to yeah.
But she can't control it.
Yeah.
She had like 6 hands going all on her, and she didn't know nothing. So there's a borderline. There's fun, and then there's taking it where it doesn't need to go.
So you're saying they went too far. What about the stripper just coming on site? Is that too far?
Apparently, this isn't the first retirement party they've had like this. But this is also COVID. They didn't have masks on.
I think he's okay catching COVID like that. That's a nice way going out.
So is that your ideal retirement party? Is that what you're planning?
Yeah.
Because what do strippers have to do with retiring your job?
They're just holding a party for you. It's just like, a guy's getting married and before he comes off the market.
Marriage is a little different. This is retiring from your job. Go buy a car.
Well, somebody
each their own.
Somebody put on the retirement party for him, and I bet he was pretty surprised when, a little young girl could have been his granddaughter. Pull up and start taking off her clothes, and in the guy's world, if you tell your buddies no, and you say no to that, they're probably gonna look at you as chicken, and sometimes we as men, we fall for the peer pressure. We give in because you don't want your buddy to say, come on, you're a chicken, come on, nice young filly, hey.
Well, it's what wifey has to say now.
His retirement party, and then here comes the divorce.
Just take it all.
Yes, you're locked into the best radio station there is. We got more news and reviews each and every Saturday right here. 3 minutes of top of the hour of 7 o'clock. So, Shelly, guess what happened? Somewhere in the state, a female woke up in the morning and she looked in her bank account and there was $1.2 million. So, guess what, Shelly? She wired the money somewhere else and she bought a house and a car. She took off. What would you do if you woke up with $1.2 million in your account? You didn't win it. You didn't play a game. It was mistakenly sent to your account. Are you going to go to the bank? Are you going to be honest? Are you going to pop up at the bank and tell them that, hey, I woke up and there's $1.2 million in my account? So this female, she took off. She wired the money to some other account. She bought a house and she bought a car. And now she's under arrest. Shelly, I call bull on this. Is that cheating? Is that unfair?
To be arrested? Is that unfair?
No, for the lady.
To having to give it back?
I mean, what she did. If you were in that situation, would you go to the bank and say, hey, I just noticed $1.2 million came to my account. What is this for?
I think I'd soak in the $1 million effect. Like you have that $1 million there. But at the end of the day, it's going to catch up to you. So as easy as it went in, you got to easily put it back out.
You think they should have laid charges on her? What do you think?
The woman went and spent the money. She knows it was an accident. She knows she didn't earn it, so at the end of the day, it's always going in a full circle. So if it's not yours, you're gonna have to give it back.
To make the story sweeter, this lady works for the police services. She's a 911 dispatcher.
Oh, gosh.
So now, she's gonna lose her job. And she doesn't have the $1.2 million. They did recover 75% of the money. So look like the 25% she spent it in the house and car.
So what's she getting charged with, do you know?
I don't know what kind of charges they're laying on her. But I know she's arrested. She got bail. She's walking around again going, oh man, that was close. I would fall for that trap, Shelly. I'm not gonna come here on the radio and lie. I would fall for that trap.
But really, that's not that big chunk of money. That's a nice little comfy, but that's not enough to gypsy away with.
Because you know what? I'm pretty sure she's not thinking that she's gonna get charged. I think she's just say, you know what? I saw $1.2 million in my account, and I'm just gonna, keep on spending it. And whatever happened. The last thing she thought is like she's gonna hook a charge from it.
Imagine being the person that was supposed to receive that, though.
Jeez.
It's not like they're gonna go, oh, here it is. They're gonna want to retrieve it and then give it to you.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to be that one.
No. In the news and reviews, Kim Potter. Does that name ring a bell, Shelly?
It sure does.
Kim Potter. Female officer. Shot Dante Wright. One shot. Her excuse was sorry. I thought I pulled my taser. They did charge her with second-degree manslaughter. You know, we as folks gonna say that's murder, that's not manslaughter. We want like a second-degree murder. But no, it's second-degree manslaughter. I think the reason why they put that charge on her, the second-degree manslaughter, it's easier to tie her in and trying to find her guilty on that charge instead of second-degree murder. I think that's why they went that route. Shelly's looking at me like, what?
I think she's a female. Like, I'm not sure if you've seen, I may have sent it to you, but her house, they barricaded it. They have fences around it. They have police protecting her households.
For her safety.
Why, because she's a female? Or because she's an officer?
Maybe because she's an officer. They were gonna eat her alive, Shelly.
She killed a boy. And you are on the force for 26 years, I think they said about this individual.
Yes, but this time around, this Black Lives Matter movement, they weren't having it.
It's not about not having it. It's if you're scared of a young black boy, you have no business having any form of weapon, being in uniform, anything like that.
I agree because, for one, she's trained officer. She got enrolled in the force over 20 years now. And as a police officer, you have to use both hands when discharging your firearm. So she held that gun up in front of her for at least 5 seconds before she pressed the trigger. A taser is bright yellow. Her Glock is, I would say, charcoal, dark, that looking color. How do you mistake your taser for a gun? And that's what she's claiming. Bear in mind, they both weigh different. They don't weigh the same. The last one for this is, as a police officer, they require that you put your firearm on the dominant side. So if you're right-handed, you're gonna put your pistol on the right side. You know, quick draw? And on the less dominant side, you're gonna put your taser. So, Shelly, do you think it's a case that she did wanted to kill this young man and thought because she's a police officer she's gonna get away with it?
I don't know. I strongly think she was scared. And she knew she was pulling her gun. There's no explanation for somebody like that does something like that.
But she also said, I'm gonna tase you.
She kept saying tase, 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 but she didn't do that. She did.
I know, I see it on your face, Shelly.
No,
Shelly's hurt.
More's gonna unravel, but I just hope she's accountable, because if this was somebody else, if somebody went to say they went to tase an officer, but they shot the officer by an accident,
it's murder.
That person's gonna be accountable for their actions, regardless what you claim is an accident.
You're right.
So this individual needs to be accounted as any other human being, regardless of her uniform. And apparently, this isn't the first time. So that's a uniform situation too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Crazy.
I hope she gets what's coming for her though in the end, because how old was he? 26?
He was 20 years old.
20.
Yes.
And he was with his girlfriend, right? I couldn't really understand the video too much.
Yeah.
You see him getting into the car, I think, and that's where she's struggling with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then she shot him.
Crazy. A drill sergeant from the U.S. Army was charged with assault. His name is Jonathan Pentland, 42 years old. Social media got lit up when the video started circulating with this man, Sergeant Jonathan Pentland, pushing around a little black kid, telling the little kid, you don't have any right in this neighborhood. Get out of the neighborhood. Not from around here. We don't want you here. Get out. Straight up racism.
So you being a father with a young son, black son, would you instruct him to react any differently as that child did in the video, or would you advise him to take other actions?
I'm gonna say this in Jamaican. I hope all my Canadians and Americans that don't speak the dialect understand what I'm gonna say. I'll tell my son to find a stone, a rock, and bust him head. Bust his head.
So bust his head for verbally?
You got pushed.
Once the man touches you.
Once the man not only one time, because you could kind of diffuse the situation when somebody kind of push you one time. You could say, you know what, don't touch me, and and you maybe could talk it out, and probably somebody apologize and say sorry, I never meant to push you like that, and kind of diffuse the situation. But once you getting pushed 4 to 5 times, I'm gonna tell my son, find something and bust his head open.
And apparently it wasn't on video, but towards the end, he grabbed the child's cell phone and threw it.
You know the thing that catches me in this video, Shelly, is the wife. The wife looked like she's the one that took out the cell phone to video this incident. And they were so confident of telling the little boy that we already called the police. The police is on it. Listen, this little boy is just walking in a gated community. He's not troubling a soul.
Well, they say earlier on in that day, that the young boy had a little altercation with another little boy in the area somewhere.
That's okay.
But that's irrelevant.
That's
to what
okay.
Was even. So apparently one of these adults, I don't know if the wife or the husband, seen this boy get into a little altercation, which is irrelevant to his situation. But that's what they were judging him on, of saying, you can't walk in front of my house. This is not your area. But that little boy lives in that area.
He's telling the little boy, you don't belong here. He's telling the little boy, never seen you before. Sounds like this man is the mayor for that that place. Like he knows everybody that lives there.
So since that happened, there's been a large crowd outside of their house.
Yes.
So the police had to step in and remove him and his wife from the house and relocate them somewhere.
You see, this is the...
Why are you leaving your house? That's your house. That's your sidewalk.
Yeah,
that's
if you're
your
so bad.
street.
Yes.
So where are you going? But all those people outside, you're scared of them?
Yes. All of a sudden, he's scared now. See what happened when you're a bully, Shelly? No bullying. Chill yourself. But as I said, the wife was so confident that she took out a cell phone to record her husband pushing around this little kid. And this is when I say it every time, like, you have to have a strong woman that knows when you're wrong and when you're right to say, hey, baby, you can't do that. Leave the little kid alone. Let's go. Can't have a wife that is throwing fire on fire or gasoline on fire. Can't have it. She start recording. She's saying, yeah, you're not supposed to be around here. Can't wait till the police comes. They feel so comfortable.
And that man's boss is a black man.
He's a drill sergeant. He's big. He's a big dude, looking about 250 pounds, like iron. So he's using his body to bully the little kid. Try me. He's telling the little kid, try me.
Which is like 110 pounds.
Yes. So I would tell my son, don't try to fight him because you're 110 pounds. He's going to squeeze you probably to death. Get a stone, a brick, bust his head and run.
But you have to understand, there's no gaps, there's no gullies, there's no bush that you can just find stone to fling here. Man, this is like
what do you
big
see
house areas. There's boulders. There's, it's a different place.
Shelly, you have a little boy. You have a little girl, Shelly. Right? And what if they come home with that situation? What do you...
I know how my boy would handle it. But it makes me nervous that he would jump the gun and touch the man before the man touched him. That's where you have to educate them. It sucks to know that somebody else has to touch your child first, but if your child touches them, you don't know what's going to happen. And like you said, he's a big, big sergeant.
Yes. That's crazy, man. I want to big up all our sponsors. Anissa and Mo. Do remember, Anissa and Mo has the aromatic body oil. Smooth, gently on your skin. You could visit them at aneesandmo.ca. That's ANEESANDMO.ca. Each and every Saturday we are right here. Buy the kind compliments of Tycoon Wear. You could visit Tycoon Wear at tycoonwear.com. Also, our next sponsor is Topa's Kitchen. Topa's Kitchen is located at 1230 Shepherd Avenue West, Unit 9, North York. Wonder how they're doing right now in the lockdown. For the massive on the outside, yes, Ontario, we are now under a now stricter lockdown than before. If you didn't get the news, you just get it right here at CKMS 102.7 FM. That our premier, Mr. Dougie Fresh, Doug Ford, have the stay-at-home order. So now he gives police the right to just pull you over and ask you where you're going. So now, Shelly, do you think police is gonna abuse that power that was given by the premier?
I don't think so. Because they can't give you a ticket. So all they're doing is asking basic information and then on your way.
Yeah.
It's not very productive for them.
So I know a couple, an older couple was out in Woodstock. They were driving, just looking around last Sunday, and they stopped in a church parking lot. They're a couple old people.
You keep having to remind them that they're old people.
So
I hope they're not listening because
Yeah.
you're like drilling that.
67 and think 70 years old, and they're just driving
young.
around. Yeah, so they stop in a church parking lot and they're on their phone trying to hunt Pokemon, doing the Pokemon thing. Yes, Shelly's laughing. And here comes an OPP officer, and the officer asked the couple, "What are you doing outside? What are you doing? Why are you just hanging out in this parking lot?" And they says, "We're just hanging out. We just took a drive," and they got a $750 ticket. Yes, the officer told them if they were to stay inside, this is a good way of avoiding any little thing outside, because they could find themselves in a car accident, and if they have COVID, they could spread it that way. So I don't know what's going on, but the premier did order another, I would say, additional on top of what he already gave us. Crazy lockdown. Now at the borders, going into Manitoba, going into Quebec, they're gonna have checkpoints. So all my peeps in Ontario that have family over in Quebec or Manitoba, you can't leave the province. They're gonna have checkpoints. Never seen this before. Not sure how this work. But if you're trying to cross over, you're gonna have a valid reason.
I know Manitoba in that way. If you enter, you have to exit without stopping. So say you're driving here from BC, you have to just keep going straight through.
Wow. So what's gonna happen now? So you're probably driving to Manitoba and you're just gonna find yourself on a roadblock. What's going on here? Well, I'm just hoping for things to get back to normal. I'm ready to take my vaccine. I give up now. I give up, Shelly. I'm checking out. I'm ready to check out. 22 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock right now. Rocking the Radio Nation, getting back into some music. I'm staying home.
Can't you see what I've been going through?
So, my friend is management at a hotel. I'm not going to say what hotel or anything, but in Montreal and Quebec and those areas, you can't rent a hotel unless you're business, and you have to show proof that you're there for business reasons.
Wow.
So all the self-employed females have now invaded Cambridge. Our hotels apparently are packed with females that work for themselves because we are the closest place to them that you could freely rent hotel rooms still.
From Quebec.
Yes, Quebec and Montreal. There's a lot of madames and stuff in the area.
Ooh.
So it was a little interesting to see that they would come this far for hotels.
So why hotels? They don't have anywhere to live?
Self-employed females coming from the Montreal direction. They cannot get hotels in the Montreal area.
I get you. Anybody
so
read into that?
flock this way.
Anybody read into that? I'm getting back to the music, man. I'm done with you, Shelly.